Hello and welcome to our first Cardinal Cast of the 2018-19 school season. It's still July, but here we are talking about school getting ready to start, and that's we spend most of our summer planning to get ready for school to start and to plan the year out in advance. I'm Lance Swanson. I'm the Communication and Foundation Director for the Swanson City Community School District, and with me here today I have Todd Strom, who is the superintendent of the district, and it's my pleasure to host him today as we've got some exciting new things to talk about for the district and just kind of reaffirming some things that were going great and are underway for the new year.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Lance, and hello to everyone. We're very excited about some of the work that's been done over the summer, and eager to share it with the students and the parents and our community as the school year gets rolling here. For those of us that are in the education profession, that like you referred to, that cycle of the school year is something that we grow to love, and it's been an enjoyable summer, but it's time to get back at it, and we're eager to have the students come through the doorways and see their smiling faces. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and it's exciting to think about all the new, and like what other business or organization gets all their new people, all their new equipment, everything new every year, and all in the same month. So it does make for a very rushed and kind of exciting time, but I think that's what attracts a lot of us.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's exciting. I think one of the things that we're going to talk on this first Cardinal Cast of the year about is just kind of what kind of staffing changes that have happened for are going to happen for this school year, and many of it's kind of already taken place or in progress. And can you talk a little bit about that, Mr. Strom?
Sure. In conjunction with the Board of Education and in cooperation with our staff, we've made some staffing changes. We feel that people have moved into some positions that will highlight their strengths and enable them to be more successful and enhance their work with our students and our parents. Two administrative positions have been reduced through these changes. I think that's important to note. We want to be efficient with any moves that we make. One is my former position as an assistant superintendent. I assumed the superintendency approximately a year ago, and in that move that opened the assistant superintendent position. We've decided at this time not to fill that position, and I'm very appreciative of our cabinet and our directors and team of administration to help pick up the slack and fill many of those duties that were left behind by that position being open. We also have a middle school dean of students position that opened up over the summer. Jose Covarrubias, our past middle school dean of students, was fortunate enough to get a principalship in Grand Island. We wish him and his family the best, and therefore that position is open. And we decided at that time to again reevaluate, and we have a director, Allison Olson, that has agreed to move to the middle school team while also still assuming some director responsibilities. She'll be a director of programs, but also be part of the middle school administrative team as an assistant principal. And I think we all look forward to that enhanced experience there.
Yeah, that'll be a nice addition and a lot of experience to help there with a team that was already very well experienced, and so looking forward to seeing that in place. So the secondary education position that was previously Allison had is now no longer going to be a position?
Yes. The Director of Secondary Education, the Director of Elementary Education has now been combined into one role, a Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment. Dr. Tracy Heilman will be assuming that role and has already begun that important work this summer. She has been a member of our team for many years, very valued and respected member in the not only the South Sioux community, but statewide and in some national realms as far as curriculum and instruction. So we're happy to have her assuming that role. Along with that, there will be some administrators that will have a coordinator type responsibility. One is Laura Scholzbeck. She has agreed to help out with the elementary part of that curriculum and instruction piece, and still assume her duties at Dakota City as elementary principal along with that. So,
could you spend just a couple minutes talking about the importance of that, why it's so important to have some like centralized person in charge of some of that curriculum and some of those decisions?
Yeah, we have invested many years, long before I was in the district, in the PLC process and aligning our curriculum, making sure it's guaranteed and viable. Regardless of which school you attend, we want to make sure that the assessments, the curriculum, the pacing guides are aligned, and you can only do that from a centralized view. It's up to the individual buildings to deliver that curriculum, but we all know from experiencing our district PLC process and work that strengthens the curriculum to have a centralized person, a centralized decision-making process, so we can collaborate and get all those individual voices, but then bring them into one when we need to make decisions regarding curriculum. The experience of some of our people, for example, Jessica Major, she will also be assuming a slightly different role. She was our Director of Elementary Education. She'll now be moving into a role as solely the Ann Sweat principal, but we just really value and need her experience and input, and so she'll still be assuming responsibilities on and voicing some opinions, and also helping us collaborate in certain director level decisions.
Well, I think that's such a nice, I think we do need to take a moment and point out how important it is that we have that preschool age group all together. For the most part, a majority of the preschoolers are together right there. So that would be next year's kindergartners in a lot of cases, or maybe 2 years from now kindergartners. But how important is that to have those centralized in one location? Then they might go back out to their schools, but having Jessica and have that knowledge of what exactly is being taught at every level out there, and for her to get a basic understanding of that at the preschool level and her expertise. And then once again, when those students come back together again, because we have those processes in place, and because we have that centralized curriculum, when they come back together at the middle school age, which is 6th grade here, wow.
Yeah.
They are gonna, we're pretty much guaranteed they're gonna have been taught the same things, and those teachers are working together, talking about what they're learning and how they're doing it, and so that's kind of neat.
Yeah, well, definitely. We all know that early childhood education is the key. It is very vital in getting that student off to a good start, and hitting that target. The 3rd grade benchmark reading level is what we all kind of shoot for in education profession, and we know that is also very vital to a student's future success, like you talked about at the middle school or the high school level, or even in adult life. And so in order for that to happen, preschool, early childhood education is, for the most part anymore, essential for all those kids to be on the same benchmark when they come into kindergarten, and our teachers do a dynamic job with our early childhood education and also with kindergarten, and our students and parents are benefactors of that expertise.
I'm certainly very proud of every one of those groups and excited about the new year.
Yeah.
Can we shift gears and talk a little bit about the high school and the changes that have been made up there for the new year?
Sure. Some of the same. We took a step back, included the individuals at the high school in just reflecting and looking at our strengths, looking at some of the administrative experience, some of the needs that are existing, and where we want to go in the future with our high school curriculum, our workforce development, our career development. And some people are assuming some new positions there. We have Ashley Odell, who will be our high school principal. She has been working hard this summer, not only on the curriculum and scheduling piece, but also, I know, leading her team in some culture and team development. Odell Santos, who was formerly the high school principal and has some really strong administrative experience in the athletic field as an AD in some larger school districts. He will be assuming that role again. He is going to be our activities director. Once again, has been working hard this summer, really passionate about activities and working with coaches and athletes. And I think already we've seen some fruits of that labor. He will be assisted, which I'm excited about, by Tom Luxford, who also has several years of athletic director experience. And so they have a new office, and they'll be supported by Michelle Rapp, their secretary, in the high school. And so if you get a chance, their office is going to be located right off the mini dome area, so it's more centralized. They're able to supervise practices, be right there in the middle of everything when teams come in. And
I think that's what's real important, is to be available and accessible for when teams show up. And a lot of them show up to that side of the building and go to the mini dome looking for what to do, where to go, or what locker rooms and that kind of stuff. And then you mentioned Michelle Rapp, having her expertise and experience is going to obviously really round that team off wonderfully. I think that'll be super.
Yeah, and the rest of the administrative team at the high school, Dave Clausen will retain his duties as Dean of Students, has had great success there in the attendance area, and then dealing with students and supporting them in some disciplinary improvements. And so, and then we will have Ed Akins. He'll be our high school assistant principal and be supporting Mrs. Odell and her team in their curriculum endeavors. So.
Yeah, that'll be good, because the level of experience all those folks have is tremendous, and I think it's a good fit for all of them. I'm looking forward to working with them and continue to help them grow there, and certainly look to see what they can do with the new year and the new roles. So that's great. Anything else on the high school you want to add there?
You know, there's the custodial staff has been working hard, so I think you'll see that the facility looks in great shape because of all the work that they've done under the leadership of Doyle Smith, our Director of Maintenance and Operations. But there's also a big hats off, and please give thanks to our custodial crew. We get many comments, positive comments about just the nature of our condition of our buildings, from floors all the way to the roof.
To the flowers.
Yeah, it's in good shape, so
I think
we appreciate them.
I think it's easy for most of the people in the public, at least, that maybe they don't have students in school anymore, or they just come for certain activities. They get to see the outside every day and drive by and see the beautiful landscaping and the hard work it takes to keep that up. But they don't always get to see the inside and all the work that it does take to get prepared for a school year. So yeah, that's really important to give a shout out to those folks and to thank them for all their hard work and the hours and hours of preparation there. So yeah, I think there's another exciting announcement too that's to make, and that's the elementary principal.
Yeah, we just recently, in the past few days, welcomed a new elementary principal. Mike Andreessen will be our new elementary principal. He will be taking over the Harney Elementary building, and we are excited about his leadership experience. He comes to us from Norfolk Public Schools, where he's been a successful elementary principal there for past 6 years and had some great academic success. So he's in the building and on the job, and I think very eager to meet his staff and others, and and I'm sure our parents and students will enjoy him as a person and also appreciate his leadership that he brings to the position.
Well, I know I got to meet him just yesterday in the hallway, and it was a pleasure to just visiting with him shortly. And I'm already very impressed with him and his ability to, I think, work with different people. And certainly, I was excited just visiting with him a little bit, ready to go.
He joins a very dynamic elementary principal team, so I feel very good about all of our employees, but especially our administrative team. Just a great group of professionals, and they support each other. They're in it for the right reasons. There isn't a lot of egos there. It's more about collaborating and doing what's best for all of our kids. So really, really fun to be around and great to be part of.
True teamwork.
Yes, definitely.
That'll be great. And then just to kind of round out our finishes, just to remind everybody about Rick Photo's retirement here. It's basically happening.
Yeah, Mr. Photo is completing a training contract. Actually, the Board of Education worked out a contract so that he can train our new Director of Business, Matt Stakowitz, and they are working together for the next couple months, and then Rick will be officially off of contract September 30th, and has had many years of successful experience here in the South Sioux District, and he has his RV purchased, and he's ready to hit the road and experience RV life with his wife, and we just wish them the best. Great people, and has done a terrific job for us here at South Sioux Community Schools. So we wish them the best.
Excellent. And then his replacement is Matt Stakowitz, who has been here a couple, 3 weeks now, and training and learning the ropes, so to speak, but it comes with a plethora of experience and very capable. Very impressed with his knowledge and ability to do the job.
Yeah, he's been a dynamic member of our team, and hopefully everybody gets a chance to introduce ourselves to him, and he will bring some business and specifically the banking world experience to our business department, and also he'll benefit from having Rick as a mentor here for the next few months and be off to a good start. So he's already made a good impression. He's a hard worker and has a keen attention to detail, which is much appreciated in that position.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to my paycheck.
yeah, definitely.
So anyways, well, it's a great way to kick off the year. We're talking about some new staff. I think as we do some more Cardinal Casts, we'll get a chance to meet some of these folks in person, find out a little more about each one of them. And also, we want to remind everybody about the big registration event on August 6th. That's a Monday, and it's going to run from 10 to 6 like it has in the past. And all grades, all schools, all at the high school campus at 33rd Street and G Street there, right on the corner. Park on the west side, come in, get your student signed up for school, make sure your address and all that information is up to date, and we'll even get you a hot dog and a bag of chips, and there's a few fun things for the kids to experience. It's kind of an exciting way to kick off the school year and get everybody excited about it, and then more importantly, we try and have one place for everybody to go rather than to run them around to all the different locations, and instead we're all as a staff coming to the one place and get everybody signed up and get the right information and get you on your way.
Definitely.
And so we'd appreciate if you can come by on Monday, August 6th from 10 to 6. And if you have any questions or comments or anything in between now and then or anytime, please utilize the Let's Talk app on our district website at www.ssccardinals.org.
In closing, just wanted to let the community know that our Board of Education is a strong group of professionals also, and they are always going through training and professional development throughout the year, but more importantly, they're planning and keeping abreast of what our community, what our parents and our students need. And so we will be asking for some community engagement here in the near future regarding some of those needs. So when that call to duty goes out, we definitely want to invite and welcome voices in that, and then we need to plan and figure out what we want to do going forward. We have some definite needs in the community and in the school. We have some facility and some safety needs. We also have workforce and career development needs. So that is dependent upon that community engagement and that voice. We want to make sure that we do it the right way and hopefully have great participation in that process. But a strong group of individuals on that Board of Education. That Let's Talk vehicle that Lance refers to is available on our website on the side of the page. And then also please feel free to call me directly or Lance or any of our employees and reach out to us. We definitely want to hear and answer any questions that may be out there.
We are interested and appreciate feedback and any kind of comments. Like I said, we can't fix it or help you until we know, or sometimes it's nice to get the positive comments and be able to pass that along to our hardworking staff as well. So,
yeah, definitely.
All right. We look forward to seeing you at the next Cardinal Cast, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Go Cards.